All right, please, a bit of silence. We'll start the press conference. I'll ask you to take your seats, please. Thank you. So welcome to this press conference on the occasion of the Global Gateway Forum. It's a pleasure to have you here in the room. We start shortly with an introduction from Commissioner Síkela,
tout d'abord entendre une introduction par le commissaire Síkela. Il y aura ensuite une séance de questions-réponses et puis les cérémonies de signature de différents projets.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs.
Thank you for attending today's press conference and to listening to my very long speech.
Pour écouter ma très longue intervention.
Итак, форум Global Gateway, глобальный портал, это результат нескольких месяцев работы.
25 partner countries across Africa, Asia, the Pacific, and Latin America, meeting political leaders, businesses and communities. And most importantly, I have seen Global Gateway in action, learning what works and identifying what must be improved. My vision for the next steps is clear. I want Global Gateway to be a geopolitical tool that ensures our external action reinforces our internal objectives. And at this forum,
action déterminée au service de nos objectifs. Et à l'occasion de ce forum, nous avons pu constater que c'était tout à fait possible. Vu ceux qui sont là, vu l'esprit de coopération qui prévaut partout, correspond en fait à ce que j'avais pu constater pendant mes missions. La demande d'Europe partout en Europe, partout dans le monde, augmente. L'Europe est reconnue comme un partenaire fiable qui
This
met en
forum
place
demonstrates the power
juste et
of Europe's
mutuelle.
offer.
Ceci démontre
There
la
are
puissance de
more
l'Europe.
than 1,200 participants,
Il y a plus
12
de 1200
heads of
participants.
state, more than
12
70
chefs
ministers
d'État,
and
plus
over
de 70
150
ministres et plus
senior
de
representatives
150
of European
hauts
companies
représentants
have gathered
d'entreprises
here in
européennes
Brussels to
qui
strengthen
sont donc
the
ici à
partnership with
Bruxelles
Europe.
en vue de
As Team Europe, the European Union, its member states, development banks and private sector, we have mobilized over 300 billion euro in investments under Global Gateway. This shows how strong the global demand for partnership with Europe truly is. But demand is only the first step. Now we must deliver. We must turn the projects we have designed into tangible progress. New jobs, better healthcare, cleaner energy, new opportunities for our companies, and reliable supplies of critical raw materials. To achieve this, we need to work even more closely with Europe's private sector because it is business that creates the value that drives growth. And this is only business that creates the value that drives growth. When I speak to European companies about how Global Gateway can support them, they often mention two things.
Souvent,
First,
ils me mentionnent deux choses qui pourraient les aider. Tout d'abord, ils ont besoin d'informations claires sur la façon de présenter leur projet et de demander de l'aide. Et deuxièmement, ils voudraient aussi savoir le type d'aide qu'ils pourraient recevoir.
That is why we have created
the Global Gateway investment hub. It will serve as a single entry point for projects prepared by European companies and investors. It will also work as a counterpart to the team nationals, our member states, institutions that gather proposals from the private sector. The hub will receive projects, evaluate them, and, when eligible, develop them further. In this way, the hub will make Global Gateway simpler, more transparent, and more predictable, with clear criteria for project evaluation. We also wanted this forum to be about projects themselves. There are hundreds of them across the world, and I have visited many of them personally. Only in September, I saw the progress we are helping to bring in Namibia, where we are building Africa's first large-scale green hydrogen and green steel industry. In Costa Rica, we launched a project to electrify public transport that will benefit more than 3 million people. And in Papua New Guinea, I focused on the modernization of Rabaul Port, a strategic hub for regional trade that will now be more resilient and sustainable. To make sure the Global Gateway Forum delivers concrete results, we have organized a session focused on 12 flagship projects. Each of them will move a step further during these days, and I am pleased to announce that several important signings will take place right after this press conference. The overall value of investments that we will announce for DG Impact amounts to 3 billion euro. Ladies and gentlemen, this forum shows the power of Europe's offer. Global Gateway is strategic, reliable, and ready to lead by example.
Global Gateway est fiable et peut servir de modèle. Dans un monde frappé d'énormément d'incertitudes, ce forum est un gage de confiance. C'est aussi une façon de transposer nos valeurs en projets concrets qui soient au bénéfice de tout le monde, de l'Europe et de nos partenaires. Alors, ce que nous
opportunities and reinforce our own competitiveness and security at home.
So, thank you very much for your attention. Donc, merci de votre attention et je suis à votre disposition si vous deviez avoir des questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll now start.
Merci, Monsieur le Commissaire. Nous allons maintenant écouter vos questions. Avant de poser votre question, je vous demanderai de vous présenter et de nommer le média pour lequel vous travaillez. Avez-vous des questions?
There's one here.
Je vous en prie.
Will you give the mic?
Hello, Mr. Síkela. I'm Quentin Voluet. I'm a reporter with Jeune Afrique. My question is about this morning, President Ursula von der Leyen.
Ce matin, la présidente Ursula von der Leyen nous a dit
of 300 billions of dollars of euros of investment for the Global Gateway have been over-targeted. I wanted to have a focus on
pour Global
this
Gateway
figure, but for Africa, where at which level did you
Moi, j'aimerais bien savoir quel est votre objectif pour l'Afrique.
Yes, where are you in Africa?
Yeah, as already announced,
Alors,
we basically reached
nous avons déjà eu l'occasion de l'annoncer. Nous avons atteint
already now, so
notre objectif qui était fixé à 2027. Nous l'avons déjà atteint, celui de un peu plus de 300 milliards d'euros.
of
Et notre
course,
objectif maintenant, c'est d'atteindre 400 milliards d'euros à l'horizon 2027.
Where to invest and how to invest.
Projets, nous savons où nous voulons investir et comment
half of the
investir.
amount was preliminary intended to be
La
invested
moitié
in
de
Africa,
cette
and
somme
we are also fine with
devait
fulfilling
être
this
investie
target.
en Afrique.
And when it comes to, I would say, redistribution of
Et en ce qui concerne
the moving target, of the increased target, this is something what we
la
will discuss,
répartition
and therefore
ce
also the
deuxième
proposal
objectif,
of
cela ferait
the
l'objet
new
de discussions,
multi-annual financial
d'où
framework
la
should bring
proposition
more
du
flexibility
nouveau
in the
cadre
horizontal and in the vertical way,
pluriannuel,
because
le
as we
cadre
already
financier
said,
pluriannuel qui
the
apportera des
project, this is a
flexibilités, parce
project
que
of
nous l'avons
co-creation.
dit. Il
So
s'agit
this
d'un
is a
projet qui doit
basically
être
joint effort
co-créé.
of us, of the
C'est un effort
Commission, of the
conjoint
member states with our
de
partner
la
states
Commission, des États
to
membres, mais avec
identify
nos
the best
partenaires.
investment
Il
opportunities
s'agit
with the largest impact, mainly for our partner countries. So, but we understand our priorities, and we will basically adjust the increased target based on these priorities.
Do we have any other questions? Yeah, over
here. Okay, sorry.
Hello. Olivier van Beemen for Follow the Money. What do you consider your single biggest success story within Global Gateway on the African continent?
Well, this is the question from which perspective you see it. Yeah? We have small results with a huge impact for people. The off-grid electrification of the simple houses in Namibia, I think the impact for the community there is huge. The 700 hydrogen high-qualified jobs we basically prepared, tailor-made with the industries in Namibia, which will, for these young people, for the new generation, ensure that they will leave the education, the mining university or technological university, and they will go directly to the companies, basically to practice what they learned. I think this is a very positive message for them and for the future. Nachtigal, the hydropower electro station supplying more than 10 million people in Cameroon with a clean energy. Digital center of the most modern generation in Mauritania. I think the message for the beautiful country of Costa Rica that we will basically electrify the public transport, not only in the capital, but also train connection between the cities in the country where basically traffic is an issue, is also a very positive one. But there are Rogun in Central Asia, the biggest hydropower electro station, or the tallest dam, 380 meter, basically with high quality European technologies, is also a game changer for the electrification and also for the water management in the whole region. The satellite connection of the three countries of Central Asia, which will basically allow internet access in mountain regions for villages and schools, and will allow the countries to control their own data by technologies and satellites provided from Europe. I think this is also a big step forward. And I can continue about the submarine digital cables connecting the continents, or about the green corridor which should connect the Lake Kivu area and capital of Kinshasa with production of sustainable agriculture by protecting the biggest rainforest part of this planet in the Virunga region. These are only the few examples. And to be very honest, I cannot say which I like the most. I like all of them. And I am just looking forward to onboard a new project with the same impact.
Very good. We'll close the Q&A session and we'll move now to the other part of the event, which is the signing ceremony. So thank you everyone for your questions and your participation. I will ask, sadly, to the people in the first two row to move because we will need the space for the photographer. So I will ask you if you could perhaps take some other seats. Sorry? Yeah, sorry, just to move to some other seats. The first two rows, we will need them for the photographers. Yeah, please, thank you.